Hi guys, starting a new web series. This is going to be called Signs and Symbols, basically. And I'm going to give you guys a rundown of basically every sign and symbol in nature or created by man. And if you guys want, you can get into the comment section and talk about whatever topic I'm talking about for the day. Starting off, we're just starting with first signs, basic shapes of symbols, what they mean, what they stood for. It's all the basic things before getting into the deeper meanings of a lot of the other signs. The first big section we're going to be talking about is signs and symbols of magic and mystery, because that's what it's used mostly in. So we're going to start with that. Sorry if I look away from the camera again, because it took a lot of writing to know what I'm going to say and get my resources correct. So, at least I'm correct on all my information, I swear. All this is taken from straight nonfiction and all books in the library and lots of intense research online and stuff that I know isn't fabricated or lied about or just made up by other people. So, first signs, the basic shapes of symbols. There are certain elemental structures that occur repeatedly, not only as component parts of more elaborate symbols, but also with rich meanings of their own. In fact, it's probably true to say that the simpler the symbol, the more scope there is for interpretation. Ergo, the more meaningful it is, and paradoxically, the more complex it becomes. These primary shapes transcend barriers of time, geography, and cultural context, part of a universal language that goes before and beyond words. Don't be fooled into thinking that these basic shapes are as self-explanatory as to need no analysis. A true understanding of what they represent can only add to the comprehension of the more elaborate shapes and symbols that follow in this section. So, starting with space. The elements of a symbol are defined only by the space that is a part of its construction. Like the wind, the effect of space is gauged by its effect on the things within it or its surroundings. The concept of space, the void, is a profound part of our experience. To reach a state of emptiness is for many the ultimate spiritual experience and a way of connecting to the absolute. When John Lennon wrote Imagine, whose lyrics gradually strip away the trappings of the material world, it was this idea that inspired him. To be aware of the possibility of space within a flat two-dimensional representation is to give that shape substance and a new kind of reality that lifts it off the page and makes it real. Space is not flat and cannot be confined by lines on a piece of paper. The page and the shape on it do not exist in isolation, but are part of a greater cosmos. The concept of zero is a space. Indeed, the realization that nothing can be something marked a profound leap forward in man's development. All creation myths begin with a void, symbolic of potential. Although attempts to explain the concept of space are inevitably faulty, it might help to think of a blank page. Before a mark is made upon the paper, the potential for what might appear there is so vast as to be unimaginable, a consideration which causes consternation for some artists and writers. Without the space, there is no arena for anything else to exist. This absence of anything means that nothing is the most important symbol in the world. Alright, moving on. I'm just going to show you the next one, which is dot, and I do have like a book that helps me out here and there, at least with giving you guys some images to at least look at. Seeing how I'm not really good at like bringing them up on here, I'll just have to show you screenshots. So, starting with the dot. Let's see if I can get it into frame here. Okay. So, dot, period. That's basically what it is. There we go. No, we're talking about a dot, not a circle. We'll get to the circle next. Dot first. Okay. So, a dot might seem to be an unassuming little thing. The first mark on a pristine sheet of paper. In this case, the dot is a beginning. But see what just happened there? The dot, an essential component in the structure of the sentence, closed it, making it a symbol of ending. Coming! Sorry about that. Getting paged. I heard her. I said I'm coming. I know I'm coming. Jeez. Alright. Sorry about that. Anyway. Therefore, the dot is both an origination and a conclusion, encompassing all the possibilities of the universe within it, a seed full of potential, and a symbol of the Supreme Being. The dot is the point of creation, for example, the place where the arms of the cross intersect. The dot is also called the bindu, which means drop. The bindu is a symbol of the absolute, marked on the forehead at the position of the third eye and place believed to be the seat of the soul. The presence of dots within a symbol can signify the presence of something else. A dot in the center of the Star of David marks the quintessence, or fifth element. It also acts as a reminder of the concept of space. The decorated dots that surround the doorways of Eastern temples are not merely ornamental devices, but have significance relevant to the worshippers. Dots frequently appear in this way, acting as a sort of shorthand for the tenets of the faith. In the Jain symbol, for example, the dots stand for the 3 jewels of Jainism. The dots in each half of the yin-yang symbol unify the 2 halves. One is yin, the other yang. Together, they demonstrate the interdependence of opposing forces. Alright. Ending this episode real quick, but I'll be back on to keep going over at least the basic first symbols, starting with circle next episode. So, please like, comment, subscribe, and keep up with me. Peace out. Catch you later.